Here on Monday. Thank you, Ursula. Bye-bye. Felix sits in the big chair. I appreciate you being here and being on time, by the way. Time normally comes running in right about this point. You hear the door open up with a giant squeak, and then the sound from Good, Bad, and the Ugly is underneath it as Tom slides in, gets ready to bloviate about his point of view.
I've been patiently sitting here for at least 18 seconds by my estimation.
Thank you. By the way, let's say hi to Linda, a big listener of the Tom and Curley show. She works for Wells Fargo. I ran into her yesterday after I came back from the dead, and she is a fan of the fact that we hit on the news quickly and we move off it. We don't spend too much time on it. We touch it and then move away.
Right on. That's great.
Yeah. Anyway, I did mention I came back from the dead, Felix, because yesterday I got a bunch of hurried emails from people and text messages concerned about my well-being because a news report, and I put quotations around news, a news report said that I had died in a seaplane accident.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be me doing the show today. Just the Felix show, but no.
Well, imagine if it was the case after you left that dead air hanging there. Here's the thing. There's a, what's the name of this this website? It's called Kitsap.
KitsapReport.com.
And they had reported that I had died, the beloved host of Evening Magazine and then now radio show, John Curley, had died tragically in a seaplane accident today. So then I got a call from Nick Jaron, who produces the Hardly Ever Listened to Jason Ranch show, saying there's a story out there that you were in a seaplane. Can you please just write us and let us know that you're okay? And I thought at this point it was a point that I could write back, say that's made up, or I could just sort of sit back and wait and see how many people start to respond to this story, how many people are happy that I'm gone, how many people are sad that I'm gone. It would be like showing up at your own funeral.
It would also seem sort of mildly sociopathic, I think, too.
Do you think
want
so?
to put people through that, don't you think? I mean, wouldn't your first instinct as a human be, wait a minute, I can't let those millions of people out there in the Pacific Northwest who have loved me just, physically and metaphorically and otherwise for going on, 20 years now? 18, 19 years?
Yeah, I don't know how long the love
can't let a single one of those
for.
people have a few moments of concern about the fact that their local media hero might have passed away. Seriously, don't you think?
Do you think it's sociopathic, or...
Yes. Oh, what's the or? Go ahead. I'll consider the or for a second. Go ahead. What's the or?
Or just an opportunity.
Oh, sociological, anthropological experiment. Of course, that's what it was. You were thinking as sort of an amateur scientist to see what the reaction would be. This was your chance to see what
how other people would react. All right, let me put it back in your lap. Here you go.
They're going to play this tape, dude. I'll tell you. This tape's going to be played someday. When you do crash that big seaplane in the sky, this is going to come back. They're going to say, here's what he talked about when he joked about it. Ha 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 ha.
So I realized when I got the text message, can you just let us know this story is not true and that you didn't die in a seaplane accident? Maybe I didn't see the text. Maybe I waited a half an hour before responding to the text. Just enough time for the void, for the vacuum to be filled by people upset.
Yeah.
And I was somewhat disappointed to see that I wasn't getting a whole lot of support. I wasn't getting a lot of people saying, hey, my God, I can't believe he's gone so soon, or I miss him. Until last night at 10 o'clock.
So this is someone pounding on the door.
Pounding on the door of our house.
Yeah.
She runs in. I haven't got. Let me see if my wife says I can say her name on the air. Fill the air. Hold on.
Okay. So to set this up, I'm curious how many people actually would have seen the KitsapReport.com in this interim period.
Here's the story. There's a woman in Alaska who calls a friend of hers who lives down in outside of Issaquah and says, "Oh my God, I am so sorry. I know you're close friends with John and Lacey. I feel so bad for her and the kids. I've been looking at the Facebook page to leave those two sweet kids behind." So this person in Alaska then calls this person down in Issaquah, and then Lacey, oh my God, are you okay? She runs through the front door. The kids are in the other room. I'm upstairs taking a bath, and she goes, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry for you." Tears racing down her face. "Oh my God, are you okay?" And Lacey's like, "Oh, what?" She goes, "I heard about John dying, and I see his cars were in the driveway, and oh my God." She goes, "Oh, he's fine. He's up there taking a bath." That was a made-up story. And with that, the woman collapses into the chair and then begins to tell the whole story about how she had found out.
So she's a close friend? She's someone you guys know really well, who you see often? Or is this someone sort of on the... I don't want to put you on the spot.
Is she on our Christmas card list?
Yeah.
Yes, she's on the Christmas card list.
I'm not on your Christmas card list.
Well, then there you get some idea.
I wasn't pounding on your door at 10 o'clock last night either. So.
And by the way, there was not a line of people pounding. It was one person pounding. But at least they were pounding. It wasn't like they were just doing a pop over the after.
Yeah.
Hey, I noticed the lights were on. I just want to know, when's the funeral?
Or the email, like, thoughts and prayers email thing would have been sufficient.
There was not an outpouring of support. At no time did Ron and Don open the Ron and Don Nation to try to pay for a funeral or buy drywall.
You could have used some new drywall there. Yeah, definitely.
Nothing.
Or some carpet or even tile. A few square feet of tile would have taken care of all of Lacey's household needs for the next couple of years while she rebuilt her life.
There's four types of grout. There's four types of grout that we're going to offer.
It's the sanded, I think, is what we really need.
Oh, looking for the sanded grout.
Okay, here's the thing. Is it sociopathic to just to want to see just for a moment if you could actually attend your own funeral, at least see how people write obits about you? Wouldn't you just want to see it just for 10 minutes and then say, oh, by the way, I'm okay?
Boy, see, I would go right away to thinking like all those poor people. You know, that'd be my ego. Like all those thousands of people would be so sad. I don't want to put them through any heartbreak or any anguish, because then they're going to be mad when they find out that it's fake.
Especially if they'd be mad at the reporter that reported it.
Well,
Cairo Television put it on their Facebook page.
Yeah, but if the person who allegedly had passed away,
Felix, because I don't want to be judged by you.
I'm not judging.
You always go to Aaron in the other room.
We're just talking.
I'm going to go to Aaron in the other room, and then if I don't get the support from Aaron, then I open up to the Linwood Honda inbox, and I allow people to pour in there and tell me they would do the exact thing.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
To me, Aaron is like the calming. He's the guy you go to. He's the everyman.
We can agree on that.
Okay. He's the guy who puts all the condiments on the hot dog. Okay. Aaron, if you were in a similar situation to me, and somebody writes you right away, can you please verify that you're okay and that you haven't died? Would you wait just 10 minutes to see what people were saying about you in the fact that you are now dead?
I'd think about it.
There you go. That's all I need. That's all I need. A little bit of music to get me out of here.
I don't know. I still think it's
Mildly
sociopathic.
Right, a 7-minute lull, just a 7-minute window, just to allow people to all of a sudden, oh my God, I can't believe he's gone.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that.
Brian, that's why I like Brian so much. That's why Brian is.
Let's go back to Aaron for 1 second. We'll stop the music. Aaron,
let's get some drywall for Brian's house.
7-minute window, just to allow people to just mourn for you, just temporarily, and then you can say, no, guys, hey, I'm okay.
I'd call my wife, but everyone else can wait a little bit.
There you go.
Do you have a... Wait.
I've never been the host of award-winning and much-beloved show.
Yeah, that's true. But when you see an ant on the sidewalk, you think, where's my magnifying glass? Just for a few seconds, let's focus some solar rays on that little ant walking out. Do you sort of think that just to see what will happen?
No, I know what happens. I used to do that as a kid all the time. And by the way, you bring it in closer and closer and closer, and then it just...
You learn how the soul... It's like finding the focal point, where the soul... I mean, there's some science behind that, but...
I didn't let him smoke.
And the ant's family learns about it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I do know that according to report, the immigration council... The whole immigration story